All right, we're going to talk about testimony service. Testimony service was a part of the service set aside for anyone that wanted to talk about the goodness of God and talk about what happened during the week and ways that God brought them through. So that was definitely an intricate part of the service to express gratitude to God. Testimony songs were repetitive in nature and definitely had a bluesy feel to it. One of the things we're going to be talking about is some theory. We're talking about dominant sevenths. We're going to talk about tritones, and we're going to talk about minor chords in this lesson. The dominant seventh chord is definitely important in the sound of gospel music. If you're in the key of C, this is the root, and the flat seventh is B flat. How do you get that chord? The chord for a dominant seventh is the 1, the 3rd, the 5th, and the flat 7th. So it has this sound, okay? The two stronger tones or main tones within that dominant seventh is going to be the flat 7th and the 3rd. It's going to sound like this. All right. You have the dominant 7th, and then you have notes that could be added called tensions. Okay? All right. These are notes higher than the 7th. All right. There are available tensions for C7. So you have C7, the dominant, the available tensions for that. You have 9, which is D. All right. Then you have the flat 9. Then you have sharp 9. Then you have sharp 11. And then you have 13. Then you have a flat 13. So these are some available tensions for a C7 chord. Tritones are very important in gospel music. Tritones is augmented 4th or diminished 5th from the scale tone. All right, so tritone would be C to G flat, or what we talked about, the flat 7 to the 3rd is a tritone. All right, so that sound, this whole sound is very important in gospel music, tritone. So just remember that. So I'm gonna give you some chords and just add some of the tensions in there so you can kind of hear what the tensions sound like, and also I'm gonna give you that tritone in the bottom in your left hand. So the tritone in the left hand. All right, it's the 1, this is the 5, it's 3rd. Okay, so you have right here, this is gonna be the 9 in the middle. All right, it's gonna be the flat 9. All right, next, gonna have sharp 9. All right, next you're gonna have like the sharp 11 in the middle. All right, next, the 13. All right, next, flat 13. Next, you're gonna have the flat 13 and flat 3. So these are some variations of tensions based on the C7 dominant chord. Last chord is going to be the flat 3 and the flat 13. So it's going to sound like this. All right, these are chord voicings and tensions based on C dominant 7. This is the example of the tritone exercise that you're going to be doing. This is the major pentatonic scale, which is another scale that's important in gospel. This is the minor chord exercise that you're going to be learning, along with the typical gospel walking bass line. So these are some voices and technique in gospel piano playing.